To be sure, Timmy's here. Since I'm doing my reviews for horror movies because it is of course October, it here is my review from for pretty much one master suspense himself, Alfred Hitchcock's iconic 1963 film, The Birds. Now, The Birds came out all the way back on March 28th, 1963, and was directed by Alfred Hitchcock and was also based on a short story of the same name by Daphne du Maurer. I think that's how you pronounce it. If you guys don't know much about the story here, Melanie Daniels, played by Tippi Hedren, meets Mitch Brenner, played by Rod Taylor, in San Francisco, in a San Francisco pet store, and decides to follow him home. She brings with her the gift of two lovebirds, and they strike up romance. One day, birds starting attack children at Mitch's sister party, and of course, a huge assault starts on the town by pretty much with birds attacking. Now, have you guys ever seen the actual teaser trailer for this? You guys gotta watch. It's maybe one of the better teaser trailers to release. It's just pretty much like Alfred Hitchcock, talk with a bird and talking about what drawn him into the film and stuff frankly, if you ever want to hear any Alfred Hitchcock stories, I highly recommend it. Alfred Hitchcock, man, he always had some great stories there. He is a man. My favorite will always also be Psycho, North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock could do no wrong, and The Birds is definitely in the top 10 of his best films. This movie, I guess, makes a lot is the reason why so many people are not a fan of Birds. Probably, I don't know. But of course, Tippi Hedren is terrific in this. You of course have you of course have Rod Taylor, who's been a lot, who's of course you might know from from the iconic Disney stuff like Herbie Love Bug and stuff like that. Uh, of course, you have Veronica Cartwright was also in this. You had some really decent supporting players. Of course, a cameo by Alfred Hitchcock. This is such a really fun film. It definitely has some really fun suspense to it. This, of course, got released all the way back in 1963, and there's something always really cool thing with iconic horror films from that era. Granted, they were way ahead of my time, but something about the movies from that era really reminisce with today's standards, whether you talk about the original Psycho, whether you talk about maybe The Mummy, Black Lagoon, and The Birds is something because at the time you never really seen movies with birds as killers, so seeing birds just straight up attacking is something that was never really talked about at the time. And Alfred Hitchcock nailed it every inch. Of course, Timmy was terrific. Rod Taylor was amazing. You had Suzanne Pleshette was also in this. Charles McGraw. You even had a fun cameo by Alfred Hitchcock because Alfred Hitchcock, whenever Alfred Hitchcock directed a film, he always somehow puts himself in it. He just plays like this man, plays like a man walking dogs out the pet shop in the beginning. So always funny seeing him. And the birds, the real life event inspiration was a drink. The birds was partially inspired by true events of a mass bird attack outside of Capolia in '61, and of course Alfred Hitchcock heard of this event, and well, behold, that's how he got this show. So yes, I always like hearing old Alfred Hitchcock interviews. He always has had such a mind. And this is definitely one of his top tier best ones. North by Northwest is also great. Vertigo's a good one. Man, I've of course did my top 10 Alfred Hitchcock movies a couple years ago. He's just a living sadly he did pass away, but he was of course a living legend, and The Birds definitely one of them. So Yeah, if you guys never seen The Birds, you can find it on Peacock. You can find it on AMC Plus. So definitely give this one a go. And they were supposed to do like a remake of this. I remember years ago. Like I remember like Naomi Watts was once attached. I still never know what happened to that one, but hey, at least we got the original, so that's cool. But let me let you guys. Have you ever seen Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds? If so, what's so? Are you a fan of it? Are you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? And bonus question: what is one of your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movies? Mine obviously will always be Psycho. Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Him signing out.